In today's lesson, we are going to work on the concept of factorization. And this is basically a trial lesson for year 8. Here we will be understanding what is factorization and how to do it in algebra. So the first thing is, what does the factor of a number mean? Before we jump into the factorization in algebra, we just need to understand the concept what a factor is, and we can find the factors of a number. So in arithmetic, what is its meaning, so that we can understand its meaning in the algebra as well. So when we talk about factors of a number, factors of a number are also the numbers which divide that given number, which we can call as original number also, without a remainder. Let's understand this thing with an example. For example, I have a number 6. I need to find the factors of this number 6. So all the numbers which divide this 6, leaving the remainder as 0 or no remainder, they will be called as the factors of 6. In other words, when we have to find the factors of number 6, we will see which two numbers when multiply give me 6, but those numbers should be whole numbers like 1, 2, 3, 0 we will not take. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. So we can say counting numbers. So if I talk about 6, 1 times 6 is 6. So if I divide 6 by 1, it will give me no remainder. And if I divide 6 by 6, it will not give me any remainder. So these two are the factors of 6. And 1 and the number itself are always the factors of a number. Now if we need to find out more factors, so let's talk about the numbers in between 1 and 6. So let's say I'm taking a number 2. I know that 2 is an even number and it has the 6 in its times table. So 2 is also a factor of 6. So 2 times what gives 6? 2 times 3 gives 6. So therefore 2 and 3 are also the factors of 6. So when I'm talking about the factors of a number, basically I am finding the two numbers, multiplying them and producing this number. So now we have this task. Here we need to find out the factors of 8. So again I will start because we know that two factors of a number is always 1 and the number itself. So 1 I will be writing as 1 and the another number will be the number itself. So 1 and 8. Now all the other factors, if there are, they will be within these two numbers. So now I will check with 2. 2 times any number is 8. Yes. So 2 multiplied by 4, that is also 8. Then in between 2 and 4, we have a number 3. But 3 times anything, any whole number is not equal to 8. So these are the only factors of 8. Now again, how I'm writing the factors, like 1 times 8, these are called the factor pairs. Then 2 times 4, that is also another factor pair of 8. So this is the thing we have to follow in algebra as well. So what I'm gonna do over here, we have the factors of 2x. When I say factors of 2x, that means I need to find out two numbers or one number and one letter, so that when I multiply them, I should get 2x. So there is one way to get it, like 1 multiplied by 2x. Another way is I can get 2 times x. So I can say 1, 2, x and 2x. These are the factors of 2x. Same way, factors of 2x square. So we have to form 2x square. So how can I form 2x square? First, I can take like the number 1 and whatever the term is given itself. As we take for 8, factor 1 and 8 itself. So same thing here, 2x square. So 1 and 2x square. Now what I do, instead of 1, I am taking 2. Then 2 multiplied by what gives me 2x square? Multiply by x square. Then I can choose x multiply by 2x. You have to partition this 2x square in different ways. So basically it is like 2 times x, and you can multiply it by 1 also. So you can form different combinations like 1 times 2x square or 2 times x square or 2x times x, like that. So these are the possible factors: 1, 2, x, x square, 2x. So this is all about finding the factors. So here we can conclude the whole thing. Factors of 8, 1, 2, 4 and 8. Factors of 2x, 1, 2, x and 2x. Factors of 2x square, 1, 2, x, 2x, x square, 2x square. How can you find out these are the factors? Because if you multiply 1 by 2x square, that is 2x square. 2 by x square, you will again get 2x square, and x times 2x also. Now we will come back to the definition of factorization, but now this definition will be with respect to algebra. So factorization means you have to turn the given expression into the product of its factors. Let's understand it in a more appropriate way. Factorization is reverse of expanding. So if I say x plus 2 times 2. So we have to expand this bracket. So I am going to do it like 2 times x, which is 2x. Then plus 2 times 2, which is equal to 4. So this is the expansion of bracket. Now this is the expanded form. And when I go back from the expanded form to this format, which is 2 bracket x plus 2, this is known as the factored form. So that is why it is said that factorization is the reverse of expansion. So here 2 times x plus 2, this bracket means it is 2 multiplied by x plus 2. So factorization means you are representing an expression as the product of its factors. 2 is one factor and x plus 2 is another factor. Now let's say we have, this is our first question and we have to factorize it. The question is 2x plus 4. So very simple thing. We need to focus on only one thing, that what can be taken as common. So here it is important stuff written. If I take the same example 2x plus 4 and I have to factorize it. So what they say, when you have a sum of terms, or it can be even the difference also. So 2x plus 4 is given. How many terms are in this expression? 2x and 4. There can be more than 2 terms also. At least 2 terms should be there, but it can be more than 2 terms as well. So when you have these 2 terms, what you need to do in this case here, in order to find the factorized form of this question, you just need to identify which is the common factor in both the terms. So first expression is 2 times x. Its factors are 1, 2, x and 2x. And factors of 4 are 1, 2 and 4 itself. So which is the highest factor which we can take common? One is 1, one is 2. So the highest common factor is 2. So I will take that 2 common, and before that, because we are beginners for this topic, so this expression can be written as 2 multiplied by x plus 4 can be written as 2 times 2, because whichever is the highest common factor, you write it as a product of that. So 4 you can write as 2 times 2, you can write it 1 times 4 also. But because 2 is the common factor, so you need to write 4 as 2 times whatever it is. Now I see that 2 is a common factor in both of these ones, so I can take it outside. And when I take it outside, so 2 is outside and I will be left with x from the first term. This part is outside. And then this 2 is also outside we have taken. So plus I again got 1x. So my answer will be 2 times x plus 2. So what are the steps? You write the factors of both the numbers. Whichever is the highest common factor, take it out. Let's try one more question here. We have now 3x squared and 9x. So what are the factors of 3x squared? 1 times 3x squared. We can write it 3 times x square also. We can write it 3x times x as well. Then we have 9x. 9x can be written as 1 times 9x, 9 times x, 3x times 3 or 3 times 3x also. When I look at all of these factors, I can find 3x is the highest common factor. So now my job is to represent each of them as 3x multiplied by whatever it is. So I'm going to rub this whole thing now. So 3x square is equal to 3x multiplied by x. And then 9x is equal to 3x. Again multiply by here 3. So this 3x part is the common one, which I am going to take it out. And then I will be left with a bracket. This multiplication, that means it's a bracket. I am left with x only from the first part. Then there is a plus sign. And then we will be left with this 3. So this is the factorization. Now the thing is how we can check whether we are doing it correct or not. If you are able to check, it is a good chance that we can fix the mistakes if we make any. So here, if you multiply 3x by x, if you expand it, because expansion and factorization, they are the inverse of each other. So if you have got this factored form, you can again expand it. So 3x times x is equal to 3x squared, and 3x times 9 is 9x. So yes, you are getting the same expression. Now the most common type of mistakes which the students make, they forgot to write the plus or minus sign in the middle. So that is very, very important. Sometimes they will write, instead of x plus 3, they will just write 3x or just x3. So those are the mistakes. So we are not supposed to do those kind of mistakes. Next, two examples, x, y plus x. So when you will practice a lot, it will be very easy for you to see how we can do it. So it is x, y, its factors are 1 and 1 multiplied by xy. Instead of this small, I will be using like small x and small y. So xy factors are 1 into xy or x times y. And factors of x are just 1 times x. So I can take x as a common factor, highest common factor. So represent xy as x times y plus x times 1. Make sure you write it in this format so it will be easy for you to understand what will be left behind in the bracket. So I will take x common and inside will be y from the first one and plus 1 from the second part. So sometimes what the students they do, they will take this x common and they will make 0 left. In the factorization, we are doing multiplication. So if we take x totally common, so it will be x into 1, not x into 0. So you have to focus on these kind of mistakes. Then the next example is 2xy plus 4x. So here we have numbers also in both the terms and we have the letters also. And I can see 2 is here, 4 is here. So the highest common factor is 2. And then we have x here and x here. So we will be taking 2x common, or you can do the same thing, 1 multiplied by 2xy, 2 multiplied by xy, or 2x times by y, or x times 2y, all the possible combinations. Then for 4x, we can write it 1 times 4x, 2 times 2x. So I can see 2x and 2x. This is present in both the factors of these two numbers, sorry, two terms. So I will write this 2xy as 2x multiplied by y plus 2x multiplied by 2. So 2x is a common one. So that is outside. And then inside is y and here plus. And then we have, this is a 2. So we will be left with 2. Again, with expansion, you can check if you have done it correctly or not. So if you understand this concept, you can try these all questions.